Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Hey, listen, wanted to do a quick versus for you because I think I had some people asking me, and I was like, hey, you know what? That would be a good versus. So, what I have in front of you is I have two learning management systems. I have UTeach, which has a deal going on right now over at Appsumo, and I also have BrainCert, which is going on over at PitchGround. Both have a lifetime deal. PitchGround is it's $97 for one tier or one token or one purchase, but they also have a Black Friday deal going on, 15% off, takes it down to about 80 some odd bucks. But over at Appsumo, UTeach has a one tier going on for 99 bucks. And you have to spend at least $150 to get at least 10% off. So some challenges there, but we'll look at the differences between the two. If this is your first time to this channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. I am not going to hold you long today, but I wanted to do this quick versus, look underneath the hood of both of these tools. I do own both of these tools, and I own them for two very different reasons. And this is not, there's lots of videos out there for people who've done these complete walkthroughs of these different types of tools. But what I want to do is I want to be able to keep it on the surface and kind of give you some ideas and some visions in how you can actually utilize these two different tools. Again, what you get with BrainCert is no transaction fees, 5 site admins, 1 domain, unlimited students, unlimited courses, 5,000 virtual classroom minutes a month. There's a little bit more I want to talk about on that because that's going to be a big deal here. You have the single sign-on, custom label, and custom branding. You have an e-commerce piece here, and they have a SD, SW, and TM network, kind of a secure network that they're using it, running it on. Got some e-commerce, and you'll be able to do that, and you get a 60-day return as well. So when I look at these two, and what I will say is, I've owned UTeach a lot longer than I have BrainCert, but BrainCert has been around a lot longer, and it kind of shows in some of the back end development that you'll see of the actual software platform. So let's kind of look and see what you get right here with UTeach. What UTeach is giving you is they're saying, hey, you get unlimited storage, unlimited students, payment gateway, 0% course commissions, no transaction fees, a web page builder. They both have a web page builder. This integrates with PayPal, Stripe, InSpace, Pipedrive, MailChimp, Zapier, automated quizzes, course completion certifications. Right. 5 admin users, unlimited courses, white labeling. You get white labeling for the first tier. To me, that's saying a lot. Right. So let's take a look at it a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to stay to the salient points of it. Right. And the high level points of what these two different tools do. So because I've been working with UTeach for some time now, I have created and developed a course already, or this will not be due to launch until the end of the first quarter of the new year, but this is an actual platform that I put together. I teach youth, I teach a lot of kids, I do a lot of different things like that. I'm always teaching, so I love these LMSs that give me full featured, and this is one that gives me the full features of this particular setup. And so this is how this would look. My landing page for that. Now, this is my BrainCert. Haven't did a whole lot of customization. Put my logo here. This is a different logo. I'm just using doing something a little bit different, but this is how the BrainCert will look. Now, what you're going to find is, I'd say the landing pages are somewhat similar when you look at them and different things like that. But what you're usually going to find, here's what separates them. And there's two big major pieces of these two programs when you put them together. There's two major pieces. So let's take a look at the back end, and I want to do it on a super high level, like I said. And so what you have on the back end of UTeach is you're going to find, here's what you're going to find immediately. You're going to find an updated UI, right? When it comes to building out your menu and stuff like that. You do have a mobile app. I think you can use theirs. I think they added a fee to do their CRM and their mobile app customization. It's not expensive, but you'd have to take a look into that a little bit more. That's something that they just recently added. So you can still sell products like you can in BrainCert. So you can sell your own products here. What they also have, though, what I will tell you is, let's look at the site builder really quick. So we're going to look here. We're going to look at the home page, and let's look at the site builder. And I want to see if you can see the major difference here. And again, both tools are very good. So this is their site builder. Their site builder is more of a drag and drop. You drag your content and your elements over, right? You wanted to work on this image. You can take this image and you can put this image in, and so on and so forth. You can look at each text here. You can add the text and so on and so forth, right? You can make your edits here, and you can control everything on the screen. Okay. So they also give you the ability to write with the code, right? It can take you through the elements here, and you can export the code to a zip file, right? And so it is, to me, it's more drag and drop center. And like I said, it gives you a more, modern feel to your building out experience, right? And one other thing I wanted to show you guys, if you're going to do, let's look at the learning content. If you're going to do a live, well, let's look at if you're going to do any live lessons, right? If you can do any live lessons, to create a new live lesson, and I wanted to just show you just some elements. All the other LMS elements are pretty much the same as any other class. But if you're going to do an online live lesson, they have this these apps, this InSpace. I think this may be an app that they own or they may have an affiliation with, but this allows you to do the online, live here. This is other video conferencing apps. You can put in your Zoom or what have you. You can drop that in here. So it gives you that ability to do that as well. Okay. And so that's that. And then one of the things that I think that is an advantage that you have here is you have the ability to do a blog, right? And so let's look at what a blog, let's look at what the blog page would look like here. And so this is a blog page that will help you with your SEO and help people find your courses. All right, so that's a blog component. And that's what I mean by when you go back and you look at BrainCert. BrainCert is, to me, it's a more mature product. It's more established, more, I think it's sturdier, meaning that it's been around for so long. It's tried and true. It's tested. Let's look at the back end of that. And what you're going to see is you're going to immediately see the UI is somewhat, it's a little bit different, right? You still can shop online and do those things. What I wanted to show you was, I wanted to show you what they have is a virtual classroom. Now, this is where it kind of separates itself. The virtual classroom is their live classes, schedule a live class. Now, their live classes are a little bit different, right? And so what I mean by that is they run all the live classes from their own server. You don't need to have, you don't need to use a Zoom. You don't need to use a meetings. You don't need to use anybody else. They have their own. So they're running their own server. That's why there's a limitation on their minutes. So when we go back to that, let's look at their minutes here. And we talked about that. I told you I was going to tell you about that. There's 5,000 virtual classroom minutes a month, which is a lot for $97. So you have the 5,000. And here's the reason why, because they're running them all the classes on their servers. So what you have to do is, I love this option. I've never seen this anywhere else in any other LMS. They allow you to look and pick your data center. What's the closest data center for you, right? You're in the Midwest, you're in the, you're in the West, you're in the East, right? Or if you're in Europe or you're in Asia, you can pick the best data center to do your class or to conduct your class. And I like that. I think when you need a setup that you don't want to go outside, you want to have everything done internally. This is key. So I think this is very powerful. So again, we can go old school, right? We can go new school, where we can have our live lessons here, right? And we could also, conduct it using some other outside, if you want the flexibility, right? This in here real quick, I wanted to show you this. You can create your own certificates. You can create your own certificates here. You can design them. This is awarded to, so on and so forth. You have your custom, you can upload your custom backgrounds here. You can make your certificates. And so that's already included. All right. A certificate maker. I think that's the new innovative part when you're looking at, when you're actually looking at a UTeach, that's going to give you the ability to, build out your coupons, and it's going to allow you to, use a blog and so on and so forth. So again, you have the site builder there, the branding, you can do all of that as well. You can put up all your branding and so on and so forth. One of the things I wanted to show you here is I wanted to show you some of the additional settings that we have as far as in our integrations, right? So let's take a look at that. So these are your integrations that you have. You have SMTP, so you can send mail from your own email address, right? They'll use SMTP, your own email address. You use Pipedrive. Everyone has MailChimp. It's a de facto standard. MailChimp and Zapier, you start with those. But look, they have a Pabbly Connect here, right? And then they have a single sign-on here. So you can do a lot. They have a CRM piece that you can add and buy for additional monthly costs. And I think they just added that, and you can see it here. They have 70% off mobile app and CRM. They have a Black Friday deal here. I want to say it's like $12 a month. It's not that much, but you can add that on here, the mobile app and the CRM piece to this overall setup here. I'm not a big component of mobile apps for learning management systems. I just rather, that's two different things a person has to keep up with versus just having a web page that is mobile friendly. When it comes to learning management system, I don't think that a mobile app is necessary for the learning management system. That's just me. In my opinion, I found that students get confused. So let's look at now we're over here. Let's look at some of the extensions that they have here. And so what they have here is they have a calendar extension for online events. They have a single sign-on, API key, so on and so forth. You can do your API key here. You have your gamification here. You can turn that on. You have to turn them on here. They have the online store, live notifications that will be sent there. And they have GDPR as well, point and pay, Google Analytics, MailChimp, obviously Intercom, Facebook, then chat, and then talk. So let's talk about their all right, so now let's look at some of their pay integrations that they have here, right? They have their payment gateways. They have PayPal, Stripe, Paystack, PayUmoney, and then these are your banners and so on and so forth here for their payment processors. So that's who they have here. Let's look at the payment processors for UTeach. So we're going to look at their payment processors. So the payment processors you have here over in UTeach is Stripe, PayPal, obviously Digistore, Razorpay, Flutterwave, InBank, Adian Bank, and PayTabs, and so on and so forth, right? And you can select your currency here. So again, you got your PayPal, you got your Stripe, your basics, but this has Razorpay, right? The other one doesn't. I know a lot of people like Razorpay, right? And so it's really going to really depend on what you're looking for in an end user. And my overall, what I want to give you for my my overall assessment, you can run your tests here. You can have different tests. You run different courses. You have different instructional levels. I think if you're going to go with an old school teaching type of, if you want teaching, full teaching capacity, things that you can do as a teacher, that you can run this as a full blown classroom to substitute a classroom, I think that a BrainCert is going to serve you well. If you want to do some things as far as building a, I need to show you the site builder. If you're going to do some things that's going to show you some of the new marketing and using blogs and those types of things, I think you can use UTeach. All right, so let's look at their builder, because I didn't get a chance to look at their builder. So this is their builder here, and you got your H1 line here. You can what you're going to find here is you're going to find it to be a little bit more, it's just a little bit more cumbersome, I think, because I think you'd have to know a little bit more HTML to work on this site. That's just my opinion, right? You can actually, and see, yeah. So what you're going to see is you got classes. It's already set up the class. You have to be a little bit more savvy when it comes to getting a good page and getting things to perform and do the things that you want them to do here, right? You got to know, to me, I think you have to know a little bit more HTML to make this, to get this to look exactly the way you want it to look. Like if I wanted to replace this, I'd have to go in here and I'd have to do a little bit more configuring instead of just pulling it up. And that's what you'd have to do. You don't have to do that on UTeach. So again, wanted to give you guys a good idea. And again, this is the page. You can customize all these different features here, right? But it's, again, you'll have to be a little bit more savvy. You definitely can see them. You can edit it here. This is the mobile view. They both give you the ability to view in mobile. This is what it looks in mobile. This is what it looks like on a tablet, right? And you have that same ability over here on, you have that same ability here. When you look at UTeach, you can actually see the different setups here as well. You go here, you can actually see what it looks like on mobile, right? You can go mobile here. They both give you that, and most builders do give you that. You have the ability to look, but to me, my layout, my feel of the builder is going to be a little bit stronger, I think. And this is a tablet view here, and so on and so forth. So again, my overall review is, for the money, UTeach appears to be a little bit better, but neither one of them have a CRM, right? Neither one have a CRM. You could do SMTP from either one. This takes a huge jump from 97 to their next deal, which gives you 5 domains. So basically you can set up 5 different academies for $397, right? It's still less. If you're looking at this, about $100 per academy or $100 per domain, this is taking you up. You're basically going to get a 5th domain or a classroom. And they're saying that's coming soon. So that's if you wanted to do anything more than one. This is still going to give you 1 domain, right? So this is just one domain that you can connect here, connect your own domain. But this is one domain. These are just the admin level users that's changing here, but you're only going to get one domain here no matter how much you go up. They're just adding, you're going to always get the unlimited courses, unlimited live sessions. You're going to always get that no matter what tier you get. So you can basically, essentially, if you're going to buy this, if you wanted to buy more than one, you'd buy one tier here, and then you'd buy another one tier, then you buy another one tier. So that would separate your domains. But other than that, you're only going to get one domain there. And what they're saying here is they're going to have 5 domains, multi-domain feature coming soon. To me, I think that's going to have an ability for you on the back end to switch between your different academies and your different schools. So again, that's a $397 setup there, and it's a lifetime deal. You still got your custom SMTP, 30,000 hours, and so on and so forth, right? They have a secure network, definitely when it comes to running your classrooms and things of that nature. So again, you're going to get 5 site admins, but 1 domain here. That's the equivalent. If I was to compare these two apples to apples, I would only look at what I would get here at the license tier 1 here on Appsumo, or the plan A here and I have a link for both of them, and that you can find below. Hopefully this has been helpful. Just kind of wanted to just give you a little, not a full-blown versus, but kind of wanted to show you some of the things that are separating. Again, if I wanted to have flexibility in what I wanted to use, if I wanted to use my live classes and I want to have more flexibility, then I would go with a life path, right? I would go with a life path that's going to give me the flexibility on how I wanted to teach my classes. But if I wanted to go with something that already has a built-in class builder, things of that nature, I would definitely go with a BrainCert. All right. So hopefully this has been helpful. This is your Thanksgiving just setup here. Just wanted to give you guys something that you can sit back and look at. Definitely can start a business with this this year in 2023. Hopefully this has been helpful. You guys enjoyed Thanksgiving 2022. Take care. Goodbye for now.